Okay, so at the end of the last video, I said I didn't want to go through the whole build because it took 3.5 hours to do, and yeah, there's no way I would ever be able to edit that. So let's just do a quick Cliff Notes version. The first thing I built, of course, was Sonic the Hedgehog himself with his little stand. I like how they included this little curved bit so that you can make it look like Sonic is jumping. And yeah, all 7 Chaos Emeralds were included in here. There was 1 in each bag, and there were only 6 bags, but bag number 6 had 2 parts. So each one of the bags in bag 6 had a Chaos Emerald in it. I also liked how in the instruction manual, as you get further and further along, this little Lego Sonic runs along what looks like a progress bar along the bottom of the book, and every now and then he like hits something and loses his rings. It's like on the pages where the badniks are built, and that's just adorable. Speaking of badniks, the first thing that the set had was the crab meat, which looks better than the crab meat from the Dimensions game, in my opinion. Very nice little minifigure. We'll get into that later. After the crab meat's built, the first bag also had the palm tree in it. That was the contents of the first bag: the palm tree and the crab meat. The second one had the bridge, you know, those little wooden bridges that the game has, along with some water. And the pieces connect to each other. It's all rather modular, so theoretically, if you have other sets like this, I think you would be able to mix and match. There was a sticker sheet for bag number 3 to make the Loop-de-Loop look a little bit more cohesive, I guess. Speaking of which, bag number 3 did have the Loop-de-Loop itself, and again, that connected. The bag after came with the wonderful Motobug figure, which has a swapping face gimmick. We'll get into that at a later point in the video. And then the part of the base that part had was this one with the sunflower and the spring. So that is the base of the Green Hill Zone. And then, of course, there was some Green Hill accoutrement. The next bag had, you know, the rings and the item boxes, you know, stuff to spruce it up, make it look like a living level. The next bag was Dr. Eggman's, so you have his little Eggmobile in all of its glory. And then the Eggman figure itself, which is actually a build and not some kind of minifigure, or even a big figure. But it does have some basic articulation, and it can sit inside of the Eggmobile itself, which is all well and good and quite cool. So yeah, that's the basic progression if you follow the instructions step by step. Now let's get this thing out and actually properly review the completed Lego Green Hill set. Before I get into this, I just wanted a quick side-by-side comparison with the Jakks Pacific Green Hill playset. So here we go. As you can see, they are about the same length. The Jakks Pacific one is a little bit taller. Makes sense because the figures are a little taller too. And, well, the one on the left costs $20 and the one on the right costs $70. Of course, there is a lot more detail in the second set. We'll get into that, right now. Because let's go ahead and get in close and see what this thing looks like all cool. And here is the complete Green Hill set with the minifigures and everything. So, looking at it like this, if I were to point out a flaw, I would indicate that there aren't really any long places to put the Motobug. Like, right here at the start of it, that's basically the only spot where you can put Motobug. I mean, you could always put it on the bridge, but it doesn't peg into place there. But like by the Loop-de-Loop, you can't really get it pegged in because it hits the loop. All the way here at the end, it just, like, its face is kind of buried in that little thing, so that doesn't work. So really, the only effective place to put Motobug is kind of all the way here at the beginning of the thing. And, at this point, it's a little bit like, it's like right on the edge, Don't like that. But let's get him off for now. So here is the Green Hill Zone in all of its checkered glory. There is a sticker decal with Sonic having 3 lives, like it's the beginning of a stage. And the bottom of it is rimmed with a black line, like the bottom of a TV set. And, yep, the checker pattern is accomplished with 2 shades of brown bricks, a light brown and a dark brown. This is a tampograph on some of the flat plates to look like the grass. But the regular checker pattern of the grass is accomplished with the insane build that this is. I feel like maybe this could have been accomplished with less than 1,000 pieces if these were, you know, not 1-by-1 plates used over and over again. But I don't know. Did they charge by the number of pieces or did they charge by mass? I have no idea. The palm tree is actually pretty cool. It has articulated leaves. The rings are set up on semi-flexible things. The signpost marker can go from red and then you can turn it around to blue. It doesn't spin around, but you know, you can change its color just like in the game. That's kind of cool. The item boxes have spare face plates. There's the ring and the 1-up. There's also invincibility, the shield, and the power sneakers. And swapping out the face plates is very simple. You just pluck one off and then put another one on. So there you go. You can pick whatever you want. There's a cool little floating platform over the loop-de-loop. That's a nice thing. And there's even a gimmick spring. Look at that. There's a warning in the instructions not to shoot out your eye with this thing, but let's just take just to see how this goes. Yeah. Let me see if I gave it a really solid tap. Just how high can I make Sonic jump? Yeah, hold on. It's okay. Now that one more time and. Well, that's a higher bounce than the spring on the Jakks Pacific set can give you. Sonic's little stand is kind of cool in that it has display for all 7 Chaos Emeralds. So you got red, violet, blue, teal, or turquoise, green, yellow, and crystal. And they even included like this little bent brick here, so that you could put Sonic on it and then have him like in the middle of a jumping pose. Hold on. Just gotta position his arms and legs so that it's halfway convincing. And there you go, Sonic jumping. That's actually pretty nice. I was not expecting a display stand that would actually go out of its way to make Sonic look just that little bit more dynamic. And of course, there is one other thing. The Motobug has a spare faceplate. So you can have Angry Bug or you can have Gormless Bug. Like this is default mode, and then when he sees Sonic, he goes into battle mode. Motobug himself has basic articulation, like his little claw dealies move up and down. That's one thing. Then of course you have the crab meat, which is actually pretty good. I mean, that totally looks like crab meat. And I like how they use what's basically Lego guns to make his legs. And I mean, he can stand very well on his own, but they put like a transparent plate on the bottom anyway, just to make sure he won't tip over. I guess like if the legs got slippery, they didn't want it to slump under its own weight, so they actually went out of their way to make sure that it could stay standing even if the legs were too loose. And yeah, the articulation on this thing is basically the claws move up and down, just like in the video game. They don't open though, but they do move up and down. Yeah, I could compare it to the Motobug. You know, like Motobug and Crab Meat did have Lego figures for the Lego Dimensions set. You can build them, but you know, I'd had to look up the instructions online because I don't actually have the game and the instructions aren't included, so bah. And of course, something that I bet all of you are really interested in, of course, the Dr. Eggman, who rides aboard his Eggmobile, looking pretty darn awesome, actually. So yeah, Eggman is Legoed in there. He has a little Lego peg holding him in place. And the scale's pretty good. The Eggmobile looks really good too. There's just a few decal stickers, like this grill at the front and the arrow in the back, and then it's mirrored on the other side. And then there's one piece that has legit tampagraphing. This is not a decal sticker, that's an actual tampagraph part. But yeah, like, even if it weren't for those stickers, like, the silhouette is totally there. This totally looks like the egg pod. It's pretty good. And you see there's one Lego peg right there in the middle. That is what the figure pegs into. So it pegs securely enough, but not so much that you can't pull it out without accidentally dismantling the figure. So that's cool. Very nice, very nice. The Eggman figure himself, like, he has, like, there would be articulation for the hips to at least let them go out, but there's this plate here gets in the way. And his arms can move up and down like this on hinges, but that is it. There's no other rotation. The wrist moves. There's a definite wrist swivel. Again, that seems to be all there is. And the legs can rotate because, you know, there's some swivels in there. Like, it's not held together with Lego pegs, it's held together with clips. And the head does indeed turn. Now, the head on this figure kind of looks a little weird. Like, yeah, that's pretty abstract even for Lego. And I was remembering, like, the bootleg Lego figures from the past that I looked up. So I'm wondering if I just lost his nose. Hold on a second. Alright, so here is abstract little egghead, and here is Lego minifigure head. Wow. Okay. It's down there. It's not falling off. It's pretty secure. But, I don't know. Maybe it's because the body is like a construct. Like, if this was just one of Lego's big figures, then it might work a little better. But, I don't know. It's not that the proportions are off. Could it be that this is modern Eggman's head on a classic Eggman body, and that's what's making it look weird? It's hard to tell, but I don't know. Like, this technically works, and it should be better than the original, right? I think that this is better than what the head is intended to look like, but I don't know. Like, it just seems off. Like, I'm looking at the uncanny valley of Dr. Eggman. Yeah, for some reason they had this long blue thing you put in. I wonder, if I took this part off, if I took that part off, then the nose has nothing to attach to. That's an issue. Yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like there had to have been a better way to do Dr. Eggman's head. Like, I don't know, they're just, I feel like there was a better way than this, because this doesn't look right, especially the back of the head has like a brown thing. Why is that brown? Couldn't it have been couldn't it have been matching to his skin tone, or like, you know, any color that's not brown? I don't know, like, Or if this was white, if the circle was white so it could look like his big toothy grin. Yeah, that's what would have made this look better. Because here, it just looks like he has a long neck, and then, like, the hole for the Lego piece looks like it looks like it looks like a nose there, so it just looks like he's sticking his tongue out at you. But if this was a white circle so that it could look like his teeth, that might have been enough to make this look a lot better. It looks okay enough from profile, but you can even move the mustache back a little. But from the front, it looks weird. But still, like, you can easily just lower Eggman into his pod, and, you know, he pegs in, and then he can ride his thing. I like how the pod has like it has like translucent pieces that hold it up so that it has a good hover thing going on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's recenter the camera so that everything is in the shot. I figured we could take one last look at the Green Hill stage itself. Like, just give you a quick rundown. You got that nice little bridge there, some translucent pieces to make blue water. You can see that the light green and dark green striping is preserved the whole way across. The loop-de-loop is smooth inside, but it has a couple of peg pieces on the bottom, so you can actually peg Sonic in there if you want. Even has that little curved ramp right before the spring, which again moves. Got the sunflower on the end, and there's a couple of things coming out here. So theoretically, you can continue the stage, like just keep on building it a little bit longer. And aside from the fact that the black bars are placed, as you can see from the bottom, I mean it's all black, so I don't know if the contrast is gonna play through, but the black bars are placed in such a way that they basically brick the thing together so it all stays as one piece. But remember, this is 4 modular pieces, so you could theoretically, like, without the black bars, pull them apart and put other constructions inside of them. So you could make a longer Green Hill stage or make your own custom Green Hill bits. Here's the stage from the back. Not much different except that you can see the attachment points for the rings and the lever that triggers the spring. And then there's this, which was very intentionally made to be a sticker on the back. Whatever these numbers mean. I'm not sure. I know 1991 is when the game was made, but I'm not sure. Are these high scores? Is that what that's supposed to be? I have no idea. If anyone gets the references that this sticker has, let me know. All that being said, it is a pretty nice rendition of Green Hill. It is legitimately cool. You got the tree, you got the sunflower. All they're missing is the purple flower, but I guess they ran out of places. So yeah, you can kit the thing out. You can put your characters on various places. You can have boop Sonic about to run through his loop-de-loop. Yeah, like I said, the only real flaw is that Motobug doesn't have a good peg-in spot. Like, this is really the only place you could peg him in that it looks anywhere near natural, and it's like way back at the beginning of the stage. I guess it makes sense because Motobug is the first badnik you encounter, so the beginning is the best place to put him. And then of course you have Eggman at the end. He is the stage boss, so yeah, that's as far as my camera can zoom out. Let me move the camera back a little further. Yeah. So yeah, complete emerald collection, some alternate plates to get different things going on, and yeah, that's all fun and good. Nice. And of course, just because I can, I gotta put on a whole bunch of the bootleg Sonic minifigures just for the fun of it. Yeah, and if you notice, these are all only the characters that appear in classic continuity. Yep, you won't be seeing me sticking a Cream the Rabbit on a classic stage because she is not a classic character. Wahaha. So, yeah, this has been a great deal of fun for me. And just because I know someone is going to mention it, here is Metal Sonic, which I brought in after I started the shot. Now, whoever it was that typed that comment saying I forgot him can live in shame. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so, yay. This build was very... It took me about 3.5 hours to build this thing. It's not very physically large, but it is over 1,000 pieces. Oh, but there is one more thing that I really should say about this before concluding this video. And that is, even when fully assembled, the whole set will still neatly go back into its own box. Yeah, I did it. So, yep. So you don't have to go dismantling it to put it back into storage. And that's cool, because Lego bits covered in dust can get really annoying. So yes, that is my review of the Green Hill set from Sonic the Hedgehog and Lego Ideas. Hopefully that Death Egg robot will be as impressive or more so when it comes out. And maybe there'll be some head solution for Eggman. So this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off. Yeah.